Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to SimCity, and welcome back to Riverbend. Things are going pretty well at the moment, although I've got to be honest in saying that they could be going better. We have 4,352 Sims in Riverbend, which is actually considerably less than the number of Sims that we needed to upgrade City Hall, or the town hall, into what is now City Hall. And then on top of that, we need 15,000 residents to upgrade this again to get things that will let us get more things, right? We have this guy over here that wants me to get the hot air balloon park. But to do that, I need the Department of Tourism, and to get the Department of Tourism, I need 15,000 Sims. And then on top of that, we also have the issue that there are a decent number of commercial spaces that are being abandoned because there's not enough workers. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and tear out some of the commercial zoning, and I'm going to tear out some of the buildings in here to try and consolidate things down a little bit and try to just get more Sims working in the places that we have rather than spreading ourselves a little bit too thin. I'm also curious about why you were abandoned. Low land value. Okay, well, I mean, downgrade, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Just downgrade, you know, split the lot up into a couple of different houses rather than one giant mansion. I don't really know what to tell you on that one there, fella, but sure. Now, another issue I'm having is that, and I talked about this in that last episode, I want to get more density. I don't necessarily want to fill this whole space with commercial or residential or anything, because as we've seen, underneath that space, there's a bunch of ore. And I've already covered this space, which has a bunch of ore as well. So I need this. I need this because we're going to want to mine this, because we're probably going to lean into working with OmegaCo, because that's going to give me a bunch of money. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do today, at the very least, is look towards mining up or drilling up some oil over on this side of things. And then next to the oil well, I want to move all of my industry. So all of these guys are going to move up here, and then this space can be used for more commercial and more residential, which is hopefully going to solve some of our problems. So what we'll do is we'll go in here with some, honestly, medium density streets, I think, because we're going to try and get some medium density industry in here. I guess, at least I guess that's what we're going to do. And so let's just go out here, and let's just go all the way down to here. And what I'm going to try my best to do here is build something that's going to be good for a decent chunk of industry, really. So something like this, I think, is fine. I'm pretty sure I could get away with running a road straight through here as well, although that does not play nicely with that space at all. So can I run it down there? I totally can, so that's fine. I'm also going to run a road straight across there, because that's going to be one connection. And then I guess what we want to do is try and just measure this out as best we can. So I want a road there, and I guess about here is going to be our connection for that space. So something like that. Bulldoze you, and I'll bulldoze you as well. So that gives us a couple of connections for this space, which might honestly invalidate this outer road. We might not really see it get used too much, but I wouldn't say I'm okay with that. I think we're just going to have to deal with that, to be completely honest. I'm also going to connect you up there because I can. And so this is potentially going to give us more industrial space. I'm actually going to run this one up here as well and get rid of that one, because all of that is going to be industry. So let's go ahead and just fill every part of this with industry. All of these guys down there and all these guys over here. And then this space is going to be for a city specialization. We're going to go into the city specialization. It's going to go into drilling, and we'll get ourselves an oil well. And this thing, I mean, how many simoleons is it? It's 37,500. So we don't have enough money, but we have got enough space in there for an oil well and a good expansion on an oil well as well. So that should keep us pretty good. And I suppose in the meantime, what I'll do is tear out all of this industrial zoning, and that'll hopefully put us in a good spot eventually where these guys are all going to move across that water, and where these guys are hopefully all going to, well, hopefully they're just going to, you know, upgrade really nicely once we get some oil over there. And hopefully it's going to give us a little bit more money as well. Oh man, we have a lot of rubble around here. So low land value on that one. No shoppers, not enough workers, no shoppers. Oh man, this population thing is kind of a major issue. It really is, but I think we'll manage. And especially we now do have enough money for the oil well, so let's just get this guy. And I mean, I can kind of put it anywhere, to be honest, but I think somewhere in here is going to be our best spot. So what is that? 249,000 barrels, I guess. Yeah, we'll put it right there. So that's going to be the oil well. There's oil underground, and the city isn't doing a fracking thing about it. Petroleum, because what is the world? Is that going to scroll across the top of the screen? There we go. Because what is the world going to run on? The sun? I mean, it could. We could run the city on solar, but we're not necessarily going to. Regardless, hopefully we'll see some of these guys actually upgrade a little bit now that we have got an actual industry in here. And I guess hopefully we're going to see... there we go. So it's working, which is great. We actually have people working here. 50 barrels per day is not too bad. I just don't know what we necessarily do with that. We could get ourselves a trade depot, which will allow us to import, export, and store resources like coal and crude oil with this basic unit. It also accepts freight shipments for industry. Additional trade depots attract more trucks from the global market, does not require power or water to function. Okay. In the Trade HQ, amass a fortune as an import-export master, buy from the global market at low prices, and sell when you can make the most simoleons, make profit from the global market to expand your trading options, and then a trade port. So this thing seems important, right? And I could put it, I think I'm going to put it there because I can expand it. And now let me click you. What does this want to say to me? With this trade depot, we can trade with the global market. Just add a storage module of the resource you want to trade, and then select the trade depot and manage the global market deliveries. Resource trucks will deliver and pick up resources here only if we have the correct module and storage space. Buy low, sell high. Okay, so if I modify you, I can get crude oil storage, which honestly seems like a pretty good idea. So if I throw some crude oil storage on there, I think I can now manage global market deliveries, exports, 9,000 per thousand. Yeah, so we can make money. All right. I'm kind of here for that. That seems like a great idea. And all right, what would your voice be? As if I'm looking at all of these characters and like, what would he sound like based on his appearance? One oil well is great, but did you know you could buy more? You could even extend the service road and build some oil wells in other areas. Try it out. Don't know what that voice was, but okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, I don't need more oil trucks, to be honest, but they're 10,000 each. I'm not doing that. Augmented oil pump jack. Ooh. Oh, if I can get an OmegaCo HQ in the region and an extraction division at that HQ, this thing can produce up to 2,400 barrels per day. Yeah, it's twice as fast as this one. That's not bad. I don't think we need it, though. I think we're doing just fine. So hopefully we'll make some money on the, on this guy doing 400 barrels per day. Hopefully we can do more than that. I'm sure we can. And in terms of population, it still hasn't really increased, but our budget is doing better than it was. So that's nice. And yeah, this is a problem. This whole residential thing is a major problem. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Let's just keep this space and this space as commercial. And then I'm going to say that this, and this, and these guys down here are going to be a whole bunch of residential, basically. So all of that's going to be residential. Honestly, actually clear those out, because thinking about it, I think it's ridiculous of me to expand my commercial coverage at the moment, considering the complaints that we're seeing about a lack of workers. So that'll hopefully get us going a little bit. Yeah, workers needed. That's kind of a major thing. Yeah, this will hopefully help us out a little bit. And what's good is that by putting all my industry across here, the pollution is being blown out of the city and it's going nowhere near these guys. So that's nice. That's a good thing. Let me see. Mega towers. Mega towers allow you to expand your city up instead of out. Pack hordes of workers, shoppers, and even students into those massive buildings. Aren't mega towers these things? Yeah, it's 120,000 simoleons, but they are pretty cool, to be fair. They are pretty cool. They're cool things. And then you can get the elite ones for 224,000 simoleons. Honestly, I think I'll hold off. I'm not really in any major rush to build mega towers right now. What are you? These are looking like they're going to be higher density buildings, which is kind of amazing news. Yeah, 6,100, 6,200 people in here. That's pretty good. Also, 1,000 barrels per day from you means, what, 9,000 simoleons from this guy? Suddenly, I am tempted to upgrade this a little bit. I mean, I could put a couple of pumps on this side, but I think what I'll do, since we have kind of got the money for it, is I'll get a couple of these truck depots in here. Something a bit like that. So that's the limit on those. And then, honestly, 1 and maybe 2 of those. So that's now doubled our potential output, which is kind of what I'm looking for. So 1,100 barrels per day is pretty good. Approval rating. Do I want to learn about it? Sure. Why not? This is your approval rating. The happy face indicates your sim's happiness. Click on the icon for information. All right, so residential's happy, commercial's happy, industrial is okay. Your advisor will raise the most pressing concern. This list indicates the total happiness for residential, commercial, and industrial. Click the residential happiness bar. Now you can see how each residential wealth level feels about where they live. Click the low wealth happiness bar. Here are specific details on what your poorer sims care about. Each wealth level has different concerns. Close the low wealth happiness bar. Return to the approval rating panel whenever you want to know. Okay. So I am actually kind of curious about that. What do they want? There's good places to shop. There are a lot of fun things to do. We like the new city buildings. You guys need workers. Interesting. All right. So that's the big complaint from industry. We've also got education complaining. Classrooms are full. A school has reached capacity and will have to turn away students. Add classroom modules to increase student capacity. Okay, so if I go to you and I click modify, we can build more classrooms. And I'm thinking right here on the side is the perfect place for that. So 10,000 simoleons, 10,000 simoleons, and then I can do 10,000 and 10,000, and that gives us a capacity of 899, which is pretty solid. We can also do 3,000 for some buses right about here, which seems pretty good. We'll go ahead and get ourselves a sign right about there and a nice flag right about there. And that seems like a pretty good school. That seems like a pretty good spot. So that should keep us pretty good in terms of education. That should stop the complaints about not enough classrooms, and that will give us some educated sims. What's more is we actually have a good few dense residential buildings down here, so that is great news. And not that many of them up this way. So I'm wondering if we should go in and maybe upgrade a few of the roads in here. We'll go to medium density for, I guess, all of them. Or at least all of these ones, just to see what happens, because I am curious to see if they will maybe upgrade to larger buildings like this one did. This one went, I don't know what it necessarily went to. Ooh, hello. Luxury condos now under construction. Not bad. That was very quick. Oh my God, there we go. Well, that's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Oh my God, there's so many people. Did they all just get off a bus? No, they're all going to a bus. Didn't they all just get off a bus though? Why do I feel like they all just got off of one bus and went to the other bus stop? Why are they just getting a bus up the road to walk back? It's kind of weird. That's definitely kind of weird. All right. I mean, I'm not going to judge, not my place, but definitely definitely a little bit weird. But what is cool, actually, is 2,300 barrels per day means, what, 18,000? Yeah, 18,000 simoleons per day for the exports. That's not bad. I suppose what we should do at this point is have a look into OmegaCo, right? So just to remind ourselves, OmegaCo wants to help you make a fortune. Manufacture Omega from crude oil and raw ore, amass piles of simoleons as you convert factories and shops in your city and the region into OmegaCo franchises. So this can output 2,400 crates per day, which is fair enough, and it only costs 100 per hour. It's 30,000 up front, and it's actually not that big either, which is kind of surprising. So, I mean, I don't necessarily... Oh, if I could put it over there, that would have been perfect. I don't necessarily know where this should go. It would be kind of cool in that corner, actually. I don't think it pollutes either. Can I move you? I feel like the sewage outflow is something we haven't looked at. Sewage is doing fine, actually. All right, can I just throw like a sewage outflow pipe anywhere around here? I don't think these guys are going to care too much about sewage. So, I mean, let's just do a sewage outflow pipe there and another one next to it. And then I'll bulldoze this one. And maybe we can put the OmegaCo factory right in that corner? Yeah, that's 30,000 simoleons. That's... Oh! And it also gave us the futuristic roads. I forgot about that. All right, so if you get your oil and your... If you get your oil and you get your ore, that could be kind of cool. I don't necessarily know how we get franchises, but yeah, we need ore is what we need now. So we need an ore mine. It's 22,500 simoleons, which I guess I'm kind of going to aim for like this spot down here. So let me go back into city. Let me get myself a road, low density down to here. Let's do this. And I think that's probably where it's going to be. So that should be fine, I think. Although, can I... Yeah, that should honestly be fine. I'm not going to put a lot of industry in there by any stretch of the imagination, so I wonder if I can just get away with something like this, and that can be where the ore comes from. Yeah. I mean, it's not amazing. It's not a huge mining... Well, maybe we should go a little bit further with that road. If possible, if it's going to let me do it. Which it sort of is. It's not the safest looking road. Oh my god. That's terrible. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can fix that. Nope. That's just how it's going to be. I don't know about that. I'll be honest. I think we're just going to take this out. And if we need more ore, we can just expand the area. Right now, this will be fine. This will be totally fine. And I think what I'll do is I can build some commercial sort of around this or something like that. It doesn't really matter too much. But this is where the ore is coming from. So we need an ore mine, 22,500. It can go, honestly, right about there is kind of fine by me. That's a pretty good spot for it. Yes, one of the expansion slots is blocked off, but not really the end of the world. And we can go ahead and look at this guy. We can get some upgrades if we want to. We can get more trucks for one, which I think would be great. 10,000 per truck, though. Good lord. All right, maybe not. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't go too crazy on this in terms of expanding things. That'll do just fine for now. That will do just fine for now. And then this guy is going to need some ore. But yeah, this will get working, right? It's now hiring. Hopefully that means that the OmegaCo thing, there we go. So it's working. And pretty soon we'll see how many tons of ore. So 0.3 tons per day. I mean, that'll climb. That'll start to climb, which is perfectly fine by me. Once this guy starts getting, let me see here, import raw ore and crude oil from the global market at a trade depot / port, or solicit neighbors for assistance. No, I don't think we need to solicit anybody. We're okay. We're doing just fine. Hey, we could increase our raw ore extraction or delivery rates if we added our ore mine. Hey, why don't you take a look there, fella? Sure. All right, so we can get this thing if we want to, which honestly I think we should. I think it'd be a pretty good idea to just increase our abilities with this thing. We're getting 1 ton per day. This thing is gonna need a lot. Yeah, we're gonna need to we're gonna need a lot. Oh, we also have power problems. Interesting. Was not expecting that. Minus 17.3 on the deficit right there. Huh. To say I didn't expect this would be a lie. I just didn't expect it this quickly. So let's do this. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to get enough wind turbines in here, to be honest. I actually don't think we're going to get enough wind turbines. I think we're going to have to go for an alternate power source. So these guys will get us to maybe -7, I think. I'm not really 100% sure. They're all spinning. -9. Yeah. That's not great. That is not great. I could potentially come off of here and sort of go down if I wanted to and get more of them. Which I mean, they are cheap. That's kind of the thing. These guys are kind of cheap, so I could. And how much are they? 5,000 each. I don't know why I'm sticking with, like, I'm going for filthy, nasty, dirty industry with ore and oil and OmegaCo, yet I'm still sitting here like, man, I kind of want wind turbines. I kind of want wind turbines. I'm kind of concerned about the environment here in Riverbend. Kind of really concerned about the environment, you know? Really, really concerned about what we're doing to the city of Riverbend. I think we could make some changes, you know, go for, it's like real life, isn't it? It's like real life. Yeah, we're gonna build this giant factory that totally ruins this natural habitat, bulldozes acres upon acres of forest, but it's okay because we put a wind turbine on top of it. It's, anyway, moving swiftly on. Yeah, let's learn about OmegaCo real quick. Welcome to the OmegaCo family. Let us help you make a fortune. All you need to do is help us manufacture and distribute Omega. Everyone in the region will love Omega and pay you top dollar for it. Now that you have an OmegaCo factory, you can manufacture your own Omega and ship it to industry in your city to start the cash flowing. Omega is synthesized from crude oil and raw ore in a patented scientific process. Import the crude oil and raw ore at an old-fashioned trade depot or port, or extract them yourself. Trucks from your OmegaCo factory ship Omega to industry in your city. They don't know that they need it yet, but soon they'll crave Omega. But just what is Omega? It's the last technology you'll ever need. Let's find out more. Click the OmegaCo menu button. Warning, Omega may create garbage, ground pollution, increase fire risk, and or injuries. Interesting. That's okay. Brand loyalty has its privileges. Factories that receive Omega shipments will eventually convert to OmegaCo franchises, providing you with lucrative franchise profits. OmegaCo franchise factories will ship Omega goods to shops. Shops selling Omega goods will also become OmegaCo franchises, spreading brand awareness. Invest in an OmegaCo HQ to enhance your ability to create Omega, increase brand awareness, and even create OmegaCo drones that fly above street traffic and help your city's homes become members of the OmegaCo family too. As OmegaCo spreads throughout your city, you'll want to share this exciting business opportunity with your friends. Ship Omega to neighboring cities and they can become franchises too. With OmegaCo, your city's buildings will become a valuable tool that you can use to make a fortune. Convert sprawling cities in the region to franchises and reap the profits. I feel like I needed I feel like I need a disclaimer in this video that I feel like this is a sponsored video. It isn't, but it kind of has that feeling now. I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel filthy. I feel filthy. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that. We also apparently need water, which is kind of a problem. We're still at a deficit. Oh God. All right. Okay. Water is gonna be interesting. I guess, man, this thing, I don't think this guy pollutes. If it does, then I'm gonna be screwed later on. But for now, we'll get some water towers right there, and that'll be fine. So the water situation is sorted. The city power is kind of a, what am I gonna do with power? Maybe we do an oil power plant. Like maybe we just build an oil power plant up in here and, you know, use the thing across the road to provide the oil. That might just be for the best. That might just be the easiest way to deal with all of this. It really might be. Even the government's closed because they don't have power, so we might need to look into it, though we kind of need the money for it. I don't think, can we afford this right now? Oil power, oh, 27,500. Yeah, we can. All right. Let's let's build an oil power plant right there. And 146.3 megawatts of excess power. That's pretty good. That should keep us going for a while. And I guess that frees up this space. I guess the wind power plant can just go away now. I don't love doing that. I do like the idea of a wind power plant in here, but let's be honest, at this point, we don't really need it. What's going on with you? No shoppers, no shoppers, no shoppers. That's fine. Anything abandoned over here? No, that's okay. We do have a couple of abandoned buildings, but as long as we don't have rubble, we're doing okay. I really don't love that I got rid of that thing. It was nice while it was here. It was definitely nice. Now, how are we doing for, so power's fine. There's huge residential demand across the board, which is kind of nuts. So I guess let's go ahead and upgrade a few more roads. Let's try upgrading these guys to high density and see what happens. I'm curious to see if anything will happen at all. This guy can go to medium density. You can go to medium density, you to medium, and you to medium as well. And I guess these roads in here can all sort of be upgraded to medium density roads as well, which should help us out quite nicely. It might give us a few medium density shops in amongst all the housing. So all of these guys will be good. Yeah, larger shops opening around the city. We got the pop-up at the top of the screen, which is great news. So these guys as well, low density streets. Oh wait, low density streets are probably going to be kind of useless. We're already at low density, so we're going to have to go back through all of these and upgrade them to medium density, but we can totally do that. So I guess let's go for these ones down here, just for the time being, and see what happens. We'll see if a little medium density push helps us out here at all. We'll go for this one as well. And then the vertical roads, or sort of the north-south roads, can just stay as they are. So that right there should help us out. We do have a couple of larger buildings coming up, which is great news. So hopefully we'll kind of continue to see that happening. We are up to 10,500 people as well, and they want me to have a mayor's house. So I'm happy to do that. I would love a mayor's house. And I think I'm going to live over where the old solar farm used to be, right next to the OmegaCo factory. Oh man. Did you know that the mayor of Riverbend is such a supporter of OmegaCo that he built his mansion right next to their factory? Never mind the horrible cough that he has. He loves OmegaCo. No, I think what I'll do is I'm going to build the mayor's house like in here, just because I can. So let's do like a little road right here, and a little road right about there, and a little road right about here as well. Actually, you know what? We'll just do, oh man, I don't know about this. I don't know how well this is necessarily going to work, but I do kind of like the idea of the mayor's house just being in here. It seems like a good idea, you know? It seems like a really good idea. So something like, oh no, that looks terrible. I do kind of want it to be back there, but the problem is that if I do, it's going to completely mess with the potential zoning in here. So I just don't know what to do with the mayor's house. Maybe just this, right? Just sort of bring it straight through to like there. And then maybe the mayor's house just goes like here. It's a weird spot, but I think it'll do. The only thing is, oh wait, no, you can't upgrade that. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So that's the mayor's house. He lives looking out over the water. That's great. Okay. We're up to 11,000 people, which is great news. What have you got going for me? What have you got to say? Mayor ConflictNerd. The city could use more income. OmegaCo offers very generous profit sharing. Let's try that again. OmegaCo offers very generous profit sharing as cities start using OmegaCo products. Let's hook more factories in Omega and rake in more cash. It might even be worth taking out a bond to get started. Prove that you can convert more factories to OmegaCo franchises and I'll give you a bonus. Okay. Convert 4 factories, 4 remaining, and get up to 1,700 per hour in a wait, do we have OmegaCo factories already? Oh, I think we do. I think. Is this an OmegaCo factory? It's kind of like, it's sort of futuristic looking. I'm pretty sure that means that they're OmegaCo factories. It's a little hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. So that's kind of neat. We've got that going for us. All right, so, I mean, is this producing? It is. All right, so yeah, we're producing Omega, which means some of the factories are going to be going, which is great news. I am also thinking, though, that we could maybe do with exporting some ore. So let's come over here and let's set this guy up to, I guess, store some ore. And we can look at the global market and we can export for a little bit there. I don't want to go too crazy on it. But the other thing to keep in mind with ore exports is that what we can do, I think, is get processor factories, which if I get this, I don't for the life of me remember how to do this, but you can import alloy and plastic from the global market. Yeah, so you can refine things. I don't remember exactly how to. The metals HQ, the smelting factory, so that will let me make metal and alloy, which is great news. So I'm pretty sure in here, I can get an oil refinery, which will let me create plastic. Yeah, so if I can get alloy and plastic, I can then get something like a processor factory, and I can export those. So yeah, there are kind of similar to City Skylines Industries. There are ways to turn your raw resources into pretty huge profits. So that's a little something I think we're going to want to explore, but probably not right away. There's no point going too crazy on it. We don't have the money to go too crazy on it. I'm mostly focused on getting this OmegaCo stuff going, so that's kind of what I'm going to do, is just focus on OmegaCo. Although I will, I think, get a little bit of, maybe a little bit of cheeky residential just into some of this space. So just a little road right down there. And I still don't really want to put residential on the highway there. So we'll just do this. That is right next to a garbage dump though. Hold on a minute. Do we have a pollution overlay? Ground pollution right there. That's the wind map. That's air pollution. Actually, no, there's not that much. Okay. That's kind of surprising that the garbage dump of all things doesn't really have much in the way of pollution, but sure, I guess. And then we'll do commercial in there, which can go on the highway just because it can, and that'll be pretty good. We also, I think, did manage to get OmegaCo factories, so that's beautiful news. If we have a little bit of a look, yeah, 1,920. Not bad at all. New office buildings are open for business as well. Good Lord. All right, this place is starting to grow. The population's approaching 15,000, which means we'll soon be able to upgrade City Hall again. Do I want to learn how to claim another city? No, I think I can do that. I just need to go to the region view, click on it, and, you know, we can claim it. I don't want to do it yet, though. I want to get this place upgraded so I can... Wait, why are you abandoned? No power? Oh. Now, come on. What do you mean, no power? We only had no power for a little while. It's not like it was forever. Why are you guys abandoned? High taxes. Really? Oh man, I might need to lower taxes. Couldn't go to school. What? Is this full? Is it 34 students? 950 is the capacity, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's definitely possible. And you've got something to say to me. Hey, we might want to throw a giant... Wait, why was that the voice I went for? We might want to throw a giant block party all night, man. We may toss out a bit more garbage during the party, but, like, you don't mind, do you? You gonna let us throw a party or what? This will generate garbage with 25,000 Somalians? Absolutely, we're going to do that. Let them throw the party, let them, toss out the garbage. We can deal with it. It's no problem whatsoever. We'll be perfectly fine. I will say, before we move towards wrapping things up for today, because we are starting to get there, it might not be a bad idea to throw something like a public library into some of these spaces. Driving in traffic is a nightmare, thanks for the bus. Oh yeah, we need actual buses down here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get a little library just down into some of this space to give them a little bit of an education boost down in this neighborhood. That'll hopefully cheer them up a little bit. And honestly, we could probably do the same over here as well. We'll give them a little bit of a public library on that corner, and that's hopefully going to cheer them up a little bit as well. Garbage is... Apparently we don't have enough garbage trucks. Okay. Well, we should be able to deal with that by just throwing a whole bunch more garbage trucks into this space. Although I am thinking we could maybe... Oh, it's not going to play nicely, is it? Because I did those... Because I did that road there. Interesting. All right. Garbage incinerator. Don't think we're going to build one of those. I think what we'll do is we will just get a few more garbage trucks. I'm really annoyed that I can't expand this thing. Maybe we just move garbage processing up this way. That might not be a terrible idea. Because we're not necessarily going to use all of this space for oil, so... Ooh, municipal airport, not bad. Let's just expand this guy down here. And we should be alright. So down to about there. We can throw another garbage dump right there. Maybe a few of them just to give us good coverage. And we could put an incinerator right there. What does it do? It burns 1.5 tons per hour, 300 per hour. We can afford that. So we'll do this. We can get more of these if we really wanted to, although I don't really want to. And I guess in terms of garbage trucks, annoyingly, it looks like they do kind of have to be on the roads there. But I guess we can do something like this, and that'll give us a whole bunch of garbage trucks as well. So that seems pretty good. That seems perfectly fine to me. We'll take out some of the excess roads right there. Didn't really want to get rid of that one, but fair enough. We'll just extend it a little bit and put this guy back in there. And yeah, that'll be just fine for garbage right there, which means this guy can go away, which means I've got this space here free to do whatever I want to do, which is good. I think what I want to do, to be honest, is just more residential. So let's get ourselves a nice medium density straight, which annoyingly is not going to play nicely at all. All right. I don't really want to do an angle. I think that's going to look terrible. So we'll do this. Can I do that? No, I'll do this and I'll do that. Oh, that looks terrible. No, never mind. Can I do like a curve or something? Can I get like a little corner? Ooh, that works. It's not the nicest, but it definitely does the job, and that's all I can ask for. So yeah, that'll give me a little bit more residential. That's going to help the population climb just a little bit. A few more high density buildings going in, and something at City Hall to do with policing. What's going on here? Hey, Mayor, we have reports of some crazy guy that calls himself Dr. Vo threatening the region. There's only one way to defeat the guy. Max this man. We have to bring him back. We need a bigger... We need a bit bigger of a town to give him a proper home. Maybe then he'll come save the day. Yeah, no, I don't know that I want Maxis, man. I don't know that I want a superhero in here. Maybe eventually, but just, I don't know about it right now. I'm not really too sure.
Ah, Mayor ConflictNerd, so glad you could join us. Just think of all the dreadful misdeeds and crimes we will commit. Bless your cold, villainous heart. I'm Dr. Stone, Vu's right-hand man. Our first task at hand is to turn this innocent little town into a breeding ground for criminals. Let's get more polluting factories around here and do whatever it takes to get more criminals into the city. I must also ask you to build a tower for Dr. Vu and his henchmen. He's quite tired of running his operation out of the local coffee shop.
Yeah, you can ask me later as well. And finally, what have you got to say to me?
Hey, we have quite a lot of crude oil here, Mayor. We don't really know what to do with all of it. We're just drillers. We've not a lick of business in it. Maybe if we had a petroleum HQ for this operation, we could get some guys in suits in here to make sure we can sell this crude oil at the right price.
Now that I will do. That I absolutely will do. And finally, yeah, classrooms are apparently full again. So we actually do need another grade school, which is fine, I guess. We can get ourselves another grade school. I'm kind of thinking in here, to be honest, for the grade school. I think this would be a good spot near the library, or maybe right about there. I think right about there is pretty good. And I can go ahead and just build the extra classrooms onto the side of it right away. That way this thing is essentially future-proof, which is what we want it to be. So we'll get the extra buses in there. We'll get the nice sign out front. We'll get the flag out front as well. And there we go. So that's the grade school sorted out. That's education sorted out. That should see us getting everyone into school and educated and looked after. We're 1,700 people away from upgrading City Hall again. So I would say we're doing pretty well. I would say things are going very well for us. We're getting 3,300 barrels of crude oil per day. We're getting 34.5 tons of ore per day, which honestly, I'm willing to go ahead and say, let's get even more. Let's get some more of that stuff going, and we'll get a couple more trucks in here too, just to make sure that it's all moving out. So that'll be great for us. This thing right here is going to be great for us. Can this actually be expanded any further? Oh, it totally can. We can get another one. I don't know where I'd put it though. I guess right there is fine. So yeah, that's going to be a whole bunch of ore going out. We're going to have a whole bunch of oil going out, and Omega as well. So that's going to keep the money rolling in, which is exactly what we're looking for. So not bad. Not bad at all. We need a petroleum HQ. We need to get 15,000 people in here to get the Department of Tourism, to get the hot air balloon park, and we need to have 80 low wealth Sims attend a house of worship in a day. That's a bit of a pickle because they're just not doing it. They're just not. So we'll figure it out. Either way, that's going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.